It was killer. It was a great time, man. Yes, sir.
How do you feel when you see the first time with the long hair and the long beard in the film? When you see it the first time in the mirror?
Did anybody here see on the internet that joke that me and Norman did? The wig and the beards. Did anybody see that? Okay, you got to send everybody the link to that. You got to send everybody. That's how we felt. That's exactly how we felt. We had a great time with it, man. Because you look in the mirror and you're like, who the fuck is that? And it's you, man. You know, I mean, it was good. It was fun.
It was a drag to put on, though. It was good.
Yeah, it took like 2 hours. It was like
2 hours?
Yeah, man.
All the glue and then, you know.
Long time.
How come you got the idea for the shower scene on Boondock 2?
It was his idea. He really wanted to check out my naked ass.
I just like to get naked.
No, let me tell you the best story about that. You know, we shot it at 120 frames a second, which when you play it 24 frames, it's slow motion. I did one take because I have like a couple molecules of coordination. For Norm, the first take, swear to God, the first take, the camera pushes in and Norm's like, and he takes the soap and he drops it. In slow motion. And then when you watch the daily in slow motion, Norm is like naked, he's going.
Wait, and to top it off, they came to us right before we shot it and said, we don't have any hot water. So we have to do it with cold water. So we're pissed and we're like, just do it, let's go. And then they gave us like these little socks to put over our stuff. But we went in there and Troy, the director, I was so pissed off that I took the sock off and I threw it in his face.
So Norm comes up to me first. He's like, so they gave us the socks. Are you gonna wear one? I was like, fuck no. He's like, I'm gonna wear mine.
It was so ridiculous that you're like, and the sock, you can see through it.
It's like a woman's stocking. They want to put over, and it's like, come on, man.
It's so weird.
And his fell off, and he dropped the sock.
No, I took it off and threw it in his face. Any questions? Yeah.
Well, I haven't seen the second Boondock Saints yet, so maybe my question is a bit stupid, but is there a possibility for a third part?
It's so stupid.
I don't know, maybe you die, I don't know.
Yes, there is, yes.
That's a possibility.
Yes, it's a very, very strong possibility.
How strong?
That's all I can say. Very.
So another 10 years or another 5 years?
No, not 10 years. What's that?
When are you going to start?
I can't say that on the record.
Off the record.
Okay, well, off the record. No, it's a very strong. I mean, he's a regular guy. Now, does he have a bit of a rough bedside manner? Yeah, he does. I mean, he doesn't speak to you like, now Norm, in this scene, what we want. No, he's like, Norm, get in there and fucking shoot the guy. You know. But he speaks to you because that's why we speak to each other. You know. But if you capture that on camera, then maybe it makes you look like an ass. But sometimes I talk to Norm the same way. You know, I'm like, hey, fuckhead, grab me a sandwich. Okay. You know, but we're friends, so we talk to each other. But if you saw that on camera, you'd be like, wow, Flanery's a dick. You know what I mean? So it's like, he's a regular guy. I mean, we go to barbecues at his house all the time. He's a good guy.
Good to know.
Yes, sir.
So was all the rumor about him the problem or the reason why you took so long to make a second part?
Working with Willem Dafoe, the first one.
Killer.
He's a weird.
You know what? He's not weird. You know, he's not. You know, it's like
He's always.
He's a good actor.
He plays weird guys, but this is you know I did a movie called Suicide Kings with Christopher Walken, right?
Yeah.
And you know, if you listen to that guy talk, you think this guy's out of his fucking mind. Like say that sentence that I just said. This guy's out of his fucking mind. Well, I mean that's what a lot of people use that terminology, right? And it doesn't sound weird when I say it. But if Christopher Walken said it, he'd go, "This guy is out of his fucking mind," and you're like, what? But if you transcribe what he's saying, it's totally normal. And that's like Willem Dafoe. Willem plays like fruitcakes on camera, but he's a normal guy. I mean, he's like,
if you look at the first Boondock and the camera's going around us when we're at the police station and we're saying all the different languages, I kept messing up my lines and forgetting all my languages. But when the camera would go behind Willem, he'd go and mess me up more, and he thought it was hysterical, so we do it over and over. But if you look really carefully, I look up at the sky when I'm talking. I'm reading that on a cue card.
Norman had every fucking language written on cue cards, pasted around the room.
Every time the camera would go behind Willem, he'd go and mess me up. You know? So
no, that's not even minor. Willem Dafoe, like, you know, the gentle artist behind the camera. When the camera would go behind him, he'd be like, to Norman, and Norman would be like, the stinky cut, I'm sorry. He couldn't keep a straight face.
He thought it was funny. We just kept going.
It was funny, though. It was funny as hell, man.
Yeah, he's a
because
great
it's Willem Dafoe.
I'll tell you another story about Willem. I was in New York. I live in New York. I was putting my key in my door, and he was, Norman, it's the middle of the day, right? Shopping, you know, people shopping all around and stuff. Norman, I look around and I see this old guy like this. Right? And I'm like, who the fuck is that man? Put the key back in. Norman, I turn around. And then after like 3 times of that, he stands up and it's Willem. And he's walking around Soho in New York like this. In the middle of the day. And I'm like, what are you doing? And he goes, I'm doing a vampire movie. So he's walking around amongst all these people like, I mean, he takes it very seriously.
Short-term memory? When he memorizes, it lasts like until they say cut and they move on. No fucking recollection.
I forgot what we were just talking about.
Yeah. I still remember German lines from Young Indiana Jones. I still
say it.
I don't know what. I mean, I think it means something like. Although I'll tell you, I'm probably saying it wrong at this point, but ik habe mich in London gemeldet und sah die Aktion im Norden.
Okay.
Obwohl ich als Corporal der belgischen Armeediener freue ich mich sehr, dass uns französischen Outstreifen zu helfen. Something like that. I probably fucked up a couple words. But, 4 in the morning, my hotel phone rings, and it's Norman. And he goes, how do you say take off your panties in German? I was like, that's a true story. I was like, go to bed, Norman. Kick her out. She's no good. I'm kidding.
It's crazy. We're just like brothers, actually, like big brother beating up little brother.
Anybody else? Yes, sir. Back there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Can you tell us something about the Pandorum shoot?
Yeah, well, Pandorum, that was a big budget, you know, German sci-fi film, but I was doing Boondock 2 at the same time I was doing Pandorum. So I was flying from Toronto to Berlin back and forth and filming both at the same time for a few weeks. So it was fun, you know, and it's nice to see Christian do a big scale thing. Ben Foster was fun. He's the only person I worked with. But, you know, I'd do that and, you know, I'd do Boondock and then I'd go back and then they'd hang me upside down and cover me in oil and I was, you know, dying. But it was fun.
So, wir haben noch ein paar Minuten.
You know, it changes. I don't know. There's not one super person I like to do. And I'd love to do a Western if I could learn how to ride a horse. Or not.
It's a funny story there. You know, whenever in the beginning of Boondock 2, you know, it opens up and we're on horses, right? So Troy calls. I'm from Texas. So Troy calls me. He's like, Flanery. I'm like, yeah. He goes, can you ride a horse? I was like, yeah. He's like, all right, click.
I never said I could ride a horse.
He calls up Reedus. Well, I'm on the phone with Duff. He's like, yeah, I just talked to Reedus. He can ride too. We're good. Click. Hang up the phone. So on the day, we're out in Toronto, and you know it's green, rolling hills, and so we both mount up. You know, they kind of used a crane to put Norm on his horse, and Norm is sitting there. Norm is sitting there, and he's on the horse, and the horse is just sitting there. And I look at him. He looks a little nervous. He's like smoking a cigarette, and the horse just takes a step, and this is what Norm does. It's moving! It's moving! Guys! It's moving! It was like shifting its weight. Motherfucker wasn't taking a step. This guy was fucking panicked.
In New York, we don't have horses in New York.
And that's like when an actor tells you they can do something, that means like, if an actor says I can ride a horse, that means if you put me on it, I probably won't fall off if it stays there.
I never said I could ride a horse.
He fucking panicked. He was like, Flanery, it's moving. I was on my horse fucking crying.
I've heard this story like 1,000 times.
That's a fucking story, man.
Hey guys, non-beating up with stories.
Who else? Any more? Yes.
Did you keep any props from the Reedus sense?
Everything. Everything. Fuck yeah. They're like, hey, Flanery, did you take your pea cut? I'm like, yeah, man. It's fucking in the trailer. Fuck yeah. Stole it all.
The original stuff.
Yeah. Every 9mm casing that we shot, I put those in baggies. I brought them home. Yeah. Like when fans like go, oh man, my son just went to the military. It'd be great. I sign a shell casing. I mail it to him. Like it's like really shot from them. It's just like cool shit, you know. It's like I would like to get that, you know. I thought, fuck, I'll give it that. I mean, fuck if like you said, hey man, I love Josie Wales and Clint Eastwood sent you a fucking shell, I'd be like, fuck, Clint, you know. So I just thought it was cool, man. I stole all kind of stuff. Anybody else?
Working on that zone?
What about it? It was great. Sir in the back.
Yeah. I want to know one thing referring to Boondock. How much Sean is in Murphy, or the other way around, how much Murphy is in Sean?
I think there's a lot of both of us and both of us. You know, I think if we were going to go plan to kill somebody, I think Sean would plan it out, and I'd flip out and have a good time with it.
Yes, that's pretty accurate. I'd make a plan, he'd fuck it up, but he'd have a great time fucking it up. Yeah, man.
So, okay.
All right, guys, thanks
Yeah.
very much.